yet?
I've been up for hours, Betty. Come on in and turn on the radio. We'll have a cup of coffee while we listen to the radio.
I wonder how the boys are doing.
You know Fred. I'll bet they're having a ball.
And now this, from Jackie Lightning, here on Bedrock Cool 101.
Hi, and welcome to American Top 40. My name's Kasem, and I'm all set with a weekly countdown of the best-selling single records in the USA. Our list is from the most important record survey in the business, Billboard Magazine's Hot 100. Well, since our last two shows were specials, we'll brief you on what's been happening. Melody moved into the number one spot on Christmas week and held that position again last week. Also, 11 new songs have come out of the Top 40 during the past 3 weeks. 4 of those songs debut today. Now, let's get the countdown started.
Number 40.
7 weeks ago, this song debuted at 31. Got as high as 21 for a couple of weeks. Now, in the 8th week, it drops to number 40. Peter Nero, theme from the movie Summer of 42. First Top 40 song, and it got as high as number 21. Now at number 40, theme from the movie Summer of 42. From Hollywood, this is Kasem, and the countdown doesn't stop until we get to number 1. At number 39 this week, drops 9 notches. The Temptations, Superstar. Remember how you got where you are. Whitfield, The Temptations, Superstar, Remember How You Got Where You Are. At number 39, it dropped 9 this week. Next, another Motown group that debuts at number 38 this week, Gladys Knight and the Pips. Their current hit, Make Me the Woman That You Go Home To.
You promised me things that meant a lot. Said so much you just up and forgot what you said to me about me. You said I was your strength, the air you breathe. So help me higher I need to make my life complete. Oh, yes you did. So then
song, and she sings it well. Gladys Knight and the Pips. At number 38, a debut song, Make Me the Woman You Go Home To. We're up to number 37. It's a debut tune, and it's by Bobby Womack, called That's the Way I Feel About You.
You know, life is funny when you look at it. Everybody wants love, but everybody's afraid of love. You know, I'm a true believer that if you get anything out of life, you got to put up with the toils and strife. Now listen. Ooh, you're pushing my love a little bit too far. I don't think you know how blessed you are. And your friend Annie Mae tell you all she see. Have you ever thought she was trying to get close to me? Yeah. Think it over. Think it over, girl. Think it over. situation, girl. Dig a little bit deeper. That's the way I feel about you, dear. Oh, that's the way I feel about you. That's the way I feel about you. Oh, Lord. That's the way I feel about you.
Our second debut song this week, The Blues, at number 37, Bobby Womack, and that's The Way I Feel About You. This is Casey Kasem on American Top 40. And now the current hit by the singing-songwriting star who listened for months to two other songwriters trying to write a Broadway musical. And he thought it was a real loser. Turned out to be the longest-running musical in the history of Broadway, Fiddler on the Roof. One of his first jobs in the music business some years ago was writing songs for a New York music publisher. He was assigned to a cubicle with a piano and a stool on a floor that had about a dozen such cubicles separated by glass and wood partitions that didn't quite reach the ceiling. So it was impossible to not hear what was going on in the cubicles next to yours. Well, this artist followed for months the progress of two guys working together next door, collaborating on the score for a Broadway musical. And our boy decided that it was a bomb and that the composers were losers. Jerry Bach and Sheldon Harnick were their names. And what they wrote turned out to be the longest-running musical in the history of the Broadway theater. So our singer-songwriter doesn't make hasty judgments anymore about a song's potential. Unless it was written and recorded by Neil Diamond. At number 36 this week, here he is with Stones.
Stones would play inside her head, and where she slept, they made her bed, and she would ache for love and get good stones. La 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 la. Lordy child, a good day's coming, and I'll be there to let the sun in, and being lost is worth the coming home. La 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 on the Stones. You and me, a harvest granting, the every prayer ever prayed, for just two wild flowers that grow. La 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 on the Stones.
This week at number 36 on American Top 40, Neil Diamond and Stones. Coming up in the next 15 minutes, a current hit by the superstar who dropped out of college and then became the youngest person ever to receive an honorary doctor's degree in music from Princeton University.
Casey's Coast to Coast, American Top 40.
counting down the hits the way they're ranked on Billboard's national charts. Last week, this debuted at number 40. Moves up 5 this week. Elton John back in the chart with Live On.
Live on bears his war wound like a crown. It calls his child Jesus, 'cause he lights the name, and he sends him to the finest school in town. Live on likes his money. He makes a lot, they say. Spends his days counting in a garage by the motorway. He was born upon the two-pawn on a Christmas day, when the New York Times said God is dead and the war's begun. Alvin Costinger hailed the sun today, and he shall believe on, and he shall be a good man, and he shall believe on, and tradition with the family plan.
last week debuted at 40, moves up 5 this week to number 35. Elton John on American Top 40, and the countdown rolls on. 10 weeks ago, this debuted at 22. 3 weeks later, it was number 3 in the USA. Stayed there a couple of weeks. Now, it's at number 34. Here's Bread.
Baby, I'ma want you. Baby, I'ma need you. You're the only one I care enough to hurt about. Maybe I'm a crazy, but I just can't live without your loving and affection, giving me direction, like a guiding light to help me through my darkest hour. Lately I'm a-praying that you'll always be a-staying beside me. Used to be my life was just emotions passing by, feeling all the while never really knowing why. Lately I'm a-praying that you'll always be a-staying beside me. Used to be my life was just emotions passing by, and you came along and made me laugh and made me cry. You taught me why. Baby, I'ma want you. Baby, I'ma need you. Oh, it took so long to find you, baby. Baby, I'ma want you. Baby, I need you.
With their songs, they just lay back and make it sound easy, don't they? That's Bread at number 34, dropping 10 this week with Baby, I'ma Want You, and the countdown rolls on. Now on AT40, the current hit by the superstar who dropped out of college and then became the youngest person ever to receive an honorary doctor's degree in music from Princeton University. He'd started college on a scholarship at the University of Minnesota back in 1960, and 6 months later dropped out. He slung his guitar over his shoulder and headed east. For a couple of years, he played and sang on the Atlantic coast, and then made his big splash at the 1963 Newport Folk Festival. And by the middle 60s, he was recognized as the recording and concert artist who had the most important things to say in his music and said them best. Well, about a year and a half ago, the establishment publicly recognized his genius when Princeton University conferred on him an honorary doctorate in music. Fair recognition for songs like Blowin' in the Wind, Tambourine Man, Like a Rolling Stone, and Lay Lady Lay. His current hit is number 33 this week. The title is George Jackson. Here's Dr. Dylan.
I woke up this morning, there were tears in my bed. They killed a man I really loved, they shot him through the head. Lord, Lord, they cut George Jackson down. Lord, Lord, they laid him in the ground. Sent him off to prison for a $70 rivalry. They closed the door behind him and they threw away the key. Lord, Lord, they cut George Jackson down. Lord, Lord, they laid him in the ground. He wouldn't take it from no one. He wouldn't bow down on them. Authorities, they hated him because it was just unreal. Lord, Lord, they cut George Jackson down. Lord, Lord, they laid him in the ground. cursed him as they watched him from above. But they were frightened of his power, they were scared of his love. Lord, Lord, so they cut George Jackson down. Lord, Lord, they laid him in the ground. Sometimes I think this whole world is one big prison yard. Some of us are prisoners, the rest of us are guards. Lord, Lord, they cut George Jackson down. Lord, Lord, they laid him in the ground.
The Dylan we used to know. It debuted 3 weeks ago at number 38, last week 35, now 33. Bob Dylan's George Jackson. This is Casey Kasem, and our countdown rolls on with Donnie Elbert.
Number 32.
Stings like a bee, and now
weeks ago, that peaked out at number 15. Last week, 22, drops 10 this week to number 32. Donnie Elpert and Where Did Our Love Go? As the countdown rolls on. Just a couple of weeks ago, here in Los Angeles at a nightclub, a fella came in to spend 30 minutes to watch a band, stayed 5 hours, and I got a chance to watch him do 2 sets. Here he is, Isaac Hayes, and his theme from Shaft. Isaac Hayes this week at number 31 with Theme from Shaft. This is Casey Kasem on American Top 40. 30 hits to number 1 and counting down. This debuted 2 weeks ago at 40, last week 38. Now at number 30 is Bullet.
Yeah.
the group Bullet. The name of the song, White Lies, Blue Eyes. Third week on AT40, already up to number 30 as the countdown rolls on.
The hits from coast to coast. American Top 40.
A couple of months ago, this song reached number 2 in England, produced by a couple of guys from the USA here in Los Angeles, Pat and Lolly Vegas. Redbone does The Witch Queen of New Orleans.
Mari, Mari, da voodoo, go. She'll put a spell on you. Mari, Mari, da voodoo, go. She'll put a spell on you. Mari, Mari, da voodoo, go. She's the witch queen of New Orleans. Of New Orleans. I'm gonna tell you a story strangers did not see, of zombie voodoo breed and the witch queen of New Orleans. She lived in a world of magic, possessed by the devil's cue. From a shack near the swamp, I made a mud pie bread. Marie's little witch as a glue. Marie, Marie, da voodoo, she'll put a spell on you. Marie, Marie, da voodoo, she'll put a spell on you. Marie, Marie, da voodoo, she's the witch queen of New Orleans. Of New Orleans. Now more than nickel anyone could buy, voodoo of any kind. She had oceans and lotions of the tonally, guaranteed to blow your mind. Early one morning into muggy swamp dew, vanished Mary with hate in her eye. Though she'll never return, all the Cajuns knew, a witch queen never die. Marie, Marie, da voodoo, she'll put a spell on you. Marie, Marie, da voodoo, she'll put a spell on you. Marie, Marie, da voodoo, she's the witch queen of New Orleans. Of New Orleans. Marie, Marie, da voodoo, she'll put a spell on you.
She's new to AT40, The Witch Queen of New Orleans. Redbone, an American Top 40 at number 29, a debut song. 6 weeks ago, this debuted at 37. Last week got as high as 26. Drops 2 this week to 28. Mickey Newbury.
Oh, I wish I was in a land of cotton. Old times they are not forgotten. Look away, look away, look away, Dixieland. Oh, I wish I was in Dixie, away, away in Dixieland. I'll take my stand to live and die in Dixie. 'Cause Dixieland, that's where I was born. Early, Lord, one frosty morning, look away, look away, look away, Dixieland. Glory, glory, hallelujah.
number 28 this week. Mickey Newbury, An American Trilogy. Dixie, Battle Hymn of the Republic, and All My Trials. 3 traditional songs. This is Casey Kasem on American Top 40, and now the song by the first and only black artist so far to hit number 1 on the country charts, which he does pretty often. And he's already made the Hot 100 chart half a dozen times. But he's never been as high as the Top 40 before. Well, this week he comes in at number 27 with Kiss an Angel Good Morning. Here's Charlie Pride.
Whenever I chance to meet some old friends on the street, they wonder how does a man get to be this way. I've always got a smiling face, anytime in any place, and every time they ask me why, I just smile and say, you've got to kiss an angel good morning and let her know you think about her when you're gone. Kiss an angel good morning and love her like the devil when you get back home. Well, people may try to guess the secret of a happiness, but some of them never learn it's a simple thing. The secret I'm speaking of is a woman and a man in love, and the answer is in this song that I always sing. You've got to kiss an angel good morning and let her know you think about her when you're gone. Kiss an angel good morning and love her like the devil when you get back home. Kiss an angel good morning and let her know you think about her when you're gone. Kiss an angel good morning and love her like the devil when you get back home.
27th best-selling song in the USA this week, Charlie Pride, Kiss an Angel Good Morning. This is Casey Kasem counting them down from Hollywood. We've got 2 big hours and 26 hits to go on AT40. Stay right there.
Oh, well, that's a good one.